Many stories need a hero, and Yoshi's Island needs an egg-throwing dinosaur to protect it. Yeah, I'm talking about our main guy, Yoshi.
Yoshi!
We all know him, we all love him, we've seen him throughout the history of his games, and now he's back in action. While on the outside, Yoshi is usually pretty chill, on the inside, he's very stressed out about the work he has to do. But he never hesitates to help out when he's needed. As the leader of the Yoshis, it's his job to take care of all of his friends. And that's a job he takes pretty seriously. And he always wants to make sure that life is great and happy for all of the other Yoshis, no matter what it might cost him. Now bringing this beloved adorable dinosaur to the big screen wasn't an easy task, and I wanted to make sure he was as video game accurate as possible. Yoshi is always there when his friends need him, and neither he nor they would have it any other way.
Brong, brong, ding, bong. Yoshi!
A lot of great heroes have an equally great love interest, and since bringing Brittle into this movie would have been an absolute disaster, allow me to introduce you to the next character, Pink Yoshi. She is Yoshi's best friend, and she always does her best to motivate him to be happy. She's very kind, and she always wants to make sure that everyone is feeling okay, especially Yoshi. And she can also be pretty playful at times. She's the kind of Yoshi that will always be there for you, no matter what. And she does have a pretty sensitive side too, as she can get really shy when talking about her own inner conflicts. And she does know she isn't perfect. But nonetheless, she is a great Yoshi who is always by Yoshi's side and never willing to give up. Always trying to make sure that everyone can see the positive side of things the same way she does.
I mean, not saying this won't totally be a huge disaster, but we gotta give him a chance, right?
Up next, we've got the grumpiest Yoshi of all, Purple Yoshi. Now, she may seem like just a grumpy, no-good Yoshi, but on the inside, all she ever wanted was a friend. Unlike Pink Yoshi, it's very hard for her to see the positive side of things, and also very hard for her to see why should she even be happy.
Could this get any more boring?
She really misunderstands life, and honestly, she just needs some love. And now here comes the only other member of Yoshi's family, Red Yoshi. Red Yoshi is Yoshi's often cowardly little brother, but deep inside there could be a mighty warrior in him.
What?
Okay, maybe not, but that doesn't mean he's completely worthless. Although he does get pretty annoyed when he's around Blue Yoshi. But he still cares about his friends a lot, even if he's not the most willing to help out. But even if he's not the bravest Yoshi, he's still a cool guy overall. And now for an extremely hyperactive Yoshi, allow me to introduce you to Blue Yoshi.
Whoa!
He has a ton of energy 24/7, and he doesn't stop himself from using it. And that's because, well, he doesn't want to. He's perfectly fine with being very hyperactive all the time, but that doesn't mean he isn't the brightest Yoshi, because when it comes to it, he's got some skills, which he uses to his advantage. But sometimes his hyperactivity can lead to a few mishaps. But when he's needed, he'll give it his all. And now it's time for the big bum himself, Orange Yoshi. Not really much to say about this guy, but he's big and he's sleepy. He's pretty much the opposite of Blue Yoshi. Instead of having a lot of energy, he barely has any. But he makes up for it with his massive weight, which he can use to his advantage in some ways. Now he does have himself his own little backstory, which I'm obviously not going to spoil, but there is more to him than meets the eye. And now for one of the most important Yoshis of all, Yellow Yoshi. Now Yellow Yoshi is a vehicle expert. He knows everything about almost every vehicle there is, which does come in pretty handy during their adventure. There are buses, planes, helicopters, you name it, and Yellow Yoshi knows how to drive them all. And not only does he know how to drive those vehicles, but he knows how to build them too. And even though most of his inventions don't end up working the way he wants them to, he does come pretty close most of the time. And all of this makes him one of the smartest Yoshis around. Now, the Yoshi movie introduces a new character that wasn't in the games, that being Yoshi's adopted son, Junior. Junior is new to Yoshi's Island, so he is very curious about everything. Although he isn't always confident in himself, and sometimes he can be just as cowardly, if not more so, than Red Yoshi. But he does trust Yoshi to take care of him, which he does. More than anything, Junior wants to be happy at his new home, but with the events that happen later on in the movie, it comes kinda hard for him to.